3-2. And it hit him, wouldn't you know. Now he has something to say, and look out here. A.J. Ellis got out there just as Greinke and Quentin got together. Quentin continues to amaze as he consistently gets hit by pitches. It looks like the majority of the players are trying to be peacemakers. The trio of Greinke along with A.J. Ellis and Carlos Quentin. Now here come the Dodger bullpen contingent. Quentin being led away off to the left. And Matt Kemp is irate. Don't touch me, I think he said to Bud Black. Don't touch me, Matt Kemp keeps saying to Bud Black. So Quentin hit again. And a very hot Matt Kemp. Remember very early in the game, the pitch that went over Matt Kemp's head to the backstop? I don't know whether that was the retaliation by Greinke, but that's why Matt Kemp is very much involved in this. Jerry Hairston keeping him away. So Quentin has been hit at least 109 times in his career. It's virtually impossible, of course, to read minds, but again, Matt Kemp took a pitch right over the bill of the helmet. Now Greinke hits Quentin, and the benches erupt. Now let's see the decision. Greinke threw his glove down. If we look at the start of all this, as Quentin broke to come out to the mound. So now the players are awaiting the judgment from the umpire. And the first thing the umpires say, clear the field. Bullpen contingents, go back. Now we'll watch Greinke and Davey Lopes. Rick Honeycutt. We told you, we know that Greinke's wife and mother-in-law and father-in-law. Here's the replay, and it got him on the arm. Now Quentin walks, then breaks into a run. Greinke collides with him. A.J. Ellis grabs Quentin. In comes Sellers, and down the hallway. After that, every man for himself. But of all the irate people on the field, and I can understand that. Look at Matt Kemp now charging in from center field. And Matt really got into a verbal joust with Bud Black as the bullpenners came in. And Matt kept hollering to Bud Black, don't touch me, don't touch me. Nancy Patterson will have to come out and see how Greinke is. And there's A.J. Ellis tackling Quentin, and then it's all lost. And Nancy will walk Greinke off the field. He's telling Andre Epier about talking to the umpire, and Matt is furious, and look out, here they go again. A.J. Ellis is being restrained, and Matt Kemp right in the middle hollering at anybody who comes close. Dodgers trying. Josh Beckett telling Matt to cool it. This is only the 9th game. There's 153 left. And each hot player out there has to be reminded of that. But I have to believe that pitch that went over Kemp's head on an 0-2 count. Then when Greinke hits Quentin, they're out. Now Greinke, who kind of went and threw a shoulder block at Quentin, comes out. That's fertilizer, says Kemp over and over. That is fertilizer. And he's hollering, I believe, at the entire San Diego team, and Josh Beckett's trying to keep him away, and Matt wants more, and they're trying to restrain him. So it has to be that shot that went over his head and he has personally taken Quentin charging Zack Greinke as a personal issue. Here you can see things were quiet, and then all of a sudden, more action. Jerry Hairston came out, and once again, the teams have to be restrained. Here's the pitch way back that got Quentin. We don't have the pitch immediately that went over Matt Kemp's head, but that's not to be forgotten. So Quentin, who is about 235 pounds, Greinke's about 200. So you can understand Quentin knocking Greinke down. And Matt cooling off a little bit with Andre Ethier down there with him. Now the umpires have to go through it all and make some very important decisions. Greinke's out of the game. I don't think he's been thrown out. I think he was physically hurt and taken out, which could be a blow to the Dodgers for sure. Boy, you have some highly talented and very expensive players getting involved. Now, let's take a look and see who's gone out. Matt sitting on the bench. Mattingly tells him stay there, be quiet. The umpires are coming over as Rick Honeycutt calls the bullpen. Remember, the Padres come to Dodger Stadium Monday night. I mean, this is not like something they'll forget about for 2 or 3 months. Now Mattingly going out to find out about the jury's verdict. The plate umpire, Sam Holbrook, and Bud Black. Bud, as we mentioned at the start of the game, his dad was a hockey player for the Chicago Blackhawks, so he knows all about fights. So the bullpens are close to each other. Remember, the Dodger bullpen is atop the Padre bullpen. Padre pen is empty. Now we'll get the verdict, or at least we'll watch and see. They have already told Mattingly the verdict for his team. Now they will talk to Bud Black. Watch Black's reaction. So far, he's reacting as if that makes sense. Very calm. But of course, played in the big leagues like Mattingly. And the Dodgers will have to get left-hander Chris Capuano to the mound and use the time to warm up. There's also a technicality. Was Greinke kicked out of the game, or was he injured? If he's an injured player, then Capuano has plenty of time. Meanwhile, Dodgers standing around, looking, gesturing over towards the San Diego dugout. Mattingly might be going out. Skip Schumacher is out there as well. So we would guess that Matt Kemp has been kicked out of the game. And the only big question now is Capuano replacing an injured player? Here's the pitch that we were talking about. Remember, we said that Matt had a pitch go over his head. Marquis had him 0-2, and that's the pitch that everyone either forgot or purposely remembered. And now Matt, of course, was furious. Be a man. Now Mattingly is gesturing to his team, and apparently we take that as a sign that Capuano is technically replacing an injured pitcher. Therefore, he can take as much time as he wants. Mattingly will use the time to counsel the team, hey, look, don't let emotions get away. You're a team contending. You're playing a team that figures to be last or next to last, and don't lose it now. But they've already lost Matt Kemp, Zack Greinke, It looks as if all of the other starting players are in there, with Skip Schumacher in center field. Meanwhile, DeNorfia and several of the other Padres looking on. We will wonder about Quentin. So they're going to be talking and counseling, but at least they're in each dugout. And we could use the time, since Capuano's going to take a while to warm up, for this message.